Captain Vanderbright here, ready to embark on a new journey. No, just kidding. It's actually me. What's up, Wayfinders? So I just picked up this game called Sunless Skies because I've been on a bit of a Lovecraft kick, and this was recommended to me um, as a Lovecraftian game. I went through all the stuff. I decided to be a natural philosophizer and an adventurer. I am a gentleman adventurer here to explore a new land. And I have chosen Vanderbright. I don't know why I chose that name, it just came to my head. Also, it really matches that picture. Except, oh, fallen London, deep, dark, and marvelous. All voyages start here, and this is where successful voyages end. Welcome, welcome in, delicious. I don't know how I feel about that. London, she is the greatest city on the undersea. Advice for Captain, the much lamented M. Your lodgings. Someone in the docks wants to board my ship. Agree to carry the gnomic Galavant to the Cumaean Canal or the Iron and Misery Funging Station. A boss! History is a horse. Who will prick it with their spurs? He cries to no one in particular. A drop of blood may be as precious as a ruby. Can I roll over any more frickin' R's like that? Sure, why not? He puffs out his chest. Ruby studs gleam in the lamplight. I knew London had enterprising souls still left in it. I am seeking truths, Captain, which I am told I may find in the Iron and Misery Funging Station and the Cumaean Canal. Ideally, I'd learn both, but I could settle for one, for at Prociso there will be a contest, and we will change the world with a game of chess. A king will fall. Very well. A Blemigan sits atop a splintered crate, clicking and whistling at captains as they come near. I don't know what it is. But it sounds like an interesting pet. I am just starting out right now. I cannot afford a pet. I swear I did not do that on purpose. I did not do that on purpose. I just picked a name. I have 70 Echo. I have 8 crew. I do not have a cook. Your tall tales. Wait, scarred and seasoned men and women? Okay, very well. Pardon. Hmm. I should not have anything in the hold. I am the master of my fate. I am the captain of my soul. You are in unforgiving mode with no save slots besides the basic autosave. You will lose this token if you switch to unforg from un. I am here to have fun. Solitude. Oh, gonna sneeze. Gonna sneeze. Gonna sneeze. Ah, ah, ah. I tried to move as far away from my face as I could. Uh, so a lot of this game is text based. Objective: become London's most accomplished or venerated explorer. I do not have a submarine. I do not wish that. Captains often die. This is not the end. When you die, you will learn lessons which will help you survive next time. Beware the layout of the undersea stage. So it's a roguelike. Mm. It's a rogue. Unexpected risk brings reward. Staying close to London is safe, but eventually run out of fuel supplies. Exploring, playing port stories will allow you to find. Press Z or click the button at the bottom of the screen and it will tell you the nearest undiscovered island. Wait, it said warning. Be warned, if you are moving, it will give less accurate okay. I'm fighting on stories. When you put into port, you can generally explore and exhaust the story options until your next visit. If you have this something of HU quality, then at Z, you know that more story is waiting for you when you make port. It will crop up whenever you're sailing around. If you see a flavor message like distant bells, that means you have something of it. No, I shall keep this book. When your correspondence, blah, 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 I do not wish to retire. Let us set out. Click the launch button. Where is launch? E. So instead of okay, good. So you're setting your speed with the W and the S keys, and then the A and D keys will turn. And apparently, I'm not here to battle. Full power is F. Oh no! Slower down, slower down. I am burning through full fuel like crazy. But click on the chart icon. M is chart. You receive fragments when you discover new places, but you can use secrets to improve your captain's skills. You have encountered an opponent. The red arc shows the range of your deck gun. That is all this right here. Keeps the enemy in range while your crew works out the firing solutions. This will happen faster if you keep the enemy in your pro light. The deck gun will be highlighted as your crew make progress towards a firing solution. What? Gentlemen, We are supposed to be scientists. And now that the creature has been defeated, we must examine it. It will wait in the hub like a cup of dissolved moon. One day you will eat it, or perhaps it will eat you. Gentlemen, I apologize for this violence. Comatose ferret. The ferret rises from the field and moves to explore the cabin. It moves like a meandering stream of treacle. It noses at furniture, disdains boots. It returns to its pillow. There is nothing. Its expression says nothing at all. Nothing for me here. Klaus. I didn't even see the logbook. What? No. Pirates. Blast! We are not ready to face pirates. Gentlemen, we must retreat. Discovered Bornvardus pillar. No. Yeah, I know. Gainder's Morn. A port! The glassy chop of dark water. The iron clatter of feet at the hatchway. That circle of light is a port. Goes there for stories. I love stories. Let us see what we will find. Swarms of pirates, smugglers, and captains of uncertain allegiance. You could learn a lot here, but you'd have to... I do not deal well with violence. There is a surprising quantity of actual landscape on the Marne. It's vertical, admittedly, but once you find the beast paths and urchin roads, you can traverse it as you would a rocky moor, with an additional throatful of lurching terror. Ooh. A contest of riddles. Fisherfolk, sailors, and a shady couple of likely pirates. And is that a drowny down by the water's edge? They sit around the fire at the edge, at the Z's edge, passing around a bottle of something viscously black. They're wagering on riddles. Will you join them? Here's a sardonic woman with a pair of matched knives, a silver hoop earring, and a Canat accent. She has a real riddle. Is there anything else here? A drinking den by the dock cradles is a good place for your crew to find companionship and let off steam. But although Gators Morn is a free port, the Corsairs prefer their own and look askance at respectable Londoners. Cold shoulders at the errant limpet. Conversation quietens as the drinkers look around. You've been here too long, and you're attracting the wrong kind of attention. Time to move on. Ooh. Let's try again. Another F. No, thank you. Let's overhear rumors of the pirate poet. Lies, nonsense, glimmers. Some say she's a clay man who freed herself with the power of verse. Possible. Others insist she's the personal muse of the king with the 100 hearts. Unlikely. One claims she sails on a living ship made of the still screaming skulls of her victims. More sober voices utter that no, it's just an Alcaeus class vessel. Whatever the truth, few have fought her and survived to tell the tale. Only the bravest of captains risk the lonely parts of the sea, where her flag is said to fly. Well, this was a rough one. Well, we got some more fuel, but we'll need something. I went on a liquor run today, so I actually have drink to imbibe. Oh my goodness, it's been too long. Spending a secret will improve your pages, but no higher than 50. He's traveled much, seen all manner of wound and malady, but is there anything left for him to discover? Any place he wishes to go? The Chalanet. You know it? They collect corpses. He shifts in his seat. Vast, noble, complicated corpses. What could I learn? What could I see? My dearest captain, if we ever find ourselves in the Chalanet, I do hope you might see fit to release me from our arrangement. You are my only doctor, and yet, Herr Doctor, you wish to leave me. Very well. Actually, while I am thinking about it, there are no islands within the sea bat's range. Now this is atmospheric as fuck. Here the wilder airs mingle with the airs of the near reaches. Demao's gate, named for the navigator lost above. How did his bones come below? I don't want to reverse. Discovered Demo Island. Where? Fed the crew. How are we doing? If you run out of supply, we need more supplies. Gentlemen, we may have to put back into London. I really do see myself enjoying this. Discovered the Iron and Misery co-funking station. That is one of the places I was supposed to go. Where does it tell me? Uh-oh. I think I just used up all my supplies that were for food on repairing the ship. Which is not good. I don't like comedians. I am a very serious man. But we agree on one thing, timing. That's why I'm breaking into the factor's home, and that's why I need you to distract him until I found a special itinerary. It just so happens that you bump into the factor on his walk home. What a happy coincidence! You couldn't possibly manage this entire picnic basket by yourself. Overjoyed to have company, he joins you on a bench for the next hour, merrily eating sandwiches. You take your leave once you have seen the Gallivant pass by. Back on your deck, the Gallivant laughs jovially. His rubies wink in the light. Iron and Misery will be sending a representative to the contest in Port Cecil. There's a full itinerary for all the events, tailored for every attendee. I have the dictator's moves mapped. Ah, the Admiralty likes to keep an eye on Iron and Misery's activities. Of course, I&M's activities here don't seem that interesting. Nevertheless, record what you can. You were fortunate! Some of the island's fungus is good to eat, some is poisonous, hallucinogenic, or mischievous. Good luck. I was fortunate. We now have Von supplies. We've gained 2 terror. Let us explore the island. Close crowded thickets of Boligus and Scrally. The Iron and Misery Company fells them daily, but they grow back almost as fast. Oh! Ah, the gully. The ambusher's favorite terrain feature. But now a sudden flood of black and white fur confronts you, a starving torrent of Ratus Faber corsairs. Their chief addresses you in a piping, unhuman voice. Easy there, me giants. We are in dire need here. Lend us help, and we'll pay well for it. No need to fight. But you notice that his rat hand is on the hilt of his rat's cutlass. They're only rats, but there are a lot of rats, and they have what looks like a rattling gun, and they exchange drowning pearls for supplies to repair and restock. But we don't have supplies. You need your supplies, as they're vermin. There were more rats than you realized. You stamp or shoot dozens to death, but they're everywhere now, dropping like toothy fruit from hiding places on the gully's edge. You'd retreat in terrible disorder. Iron 25 failed in a challenge. Try again, you may have better luck. You lost 2 crew. No, my men! Damn it! Damn it! Yeah, I got more supplies. Yosh. Do it again. Yosh! 3. Do it again. Oh no. The spores lie thick on your face. They coat your tongues. One crewman begins to whimper. Oh, Christ. They've reached my heart. I think I'll be harvest yet. Harvest yet! You have to drag him back to the ship before he's calm again. But I needed those supplies. Alright, we're actually hurting. Is that all I can do? That's all I can do. Very well. What do we have? That is a lot of map. Launch! I didn't get any fuel. Fed the crew. There's an island here, or something like it. You're low on fuel. Buy more before you run it out, or you will be stranded in the dark. Station 3? Oh, please tell me you have fuel. Also, I don't have much money. Shepherd's Wash, the salty hinterland of London, home to hermits, nuns, and shadowy business. A sailor raises her head, sniffs sharply. Blood on the wind. We may infer a Station 1 and Station 2. We may conjecture a Station 4. Might be best to get a look from a distance. Church? Or something else. You stand on the high point of your ship and look to the shore. There is a steepled building in the horizon, by far the largest thing in sight. No cross marks on it. No cross marks the top of it, nor any other symbol you recognize. Search for signs of other visitors. It never hurts to know what you're up against. An abandoned log. A few pages torn from a logbook record, a long passage of doggerel that makes no sense at all. The references go on and on about purple fires and upside-down houses, a fistful of roses the color of brandy, and dolls with buttons for teeth. The pages end, just as they are reaching the nonsense refrain. And I have 10 fragment. Well, let's try the gate. The only way past the walls is an unimposing but sturdy-looking gate of triple-barreled silvery metal. A sign beside it reads deliveries. The metal is steel-hard and icy cold to the touch. Attempts with chisels and crowbars fail. Perhaps if you could bring the ship's gun to bear, but no. If you return with a certain delivery, the gate will open. You'll know if you find it. No shops. Blast. Alright, we are going to make a beeline for London and hope that we get lucky. I don't know if it's efficient to go at speed one or speed two, but with only one fuel barrel left, I have to go at speed one. I still can't believe that Depot A doesn't have anything. I might die here. Unless this place has something. Discovered Abbey Rock. The Sisterhood. Oh, nuns. They'll have something, right? Oh, please have something. I am barely going to make it with the one barrel of fuel I've got. Shops. Damn it. As always, nothing is happening. The sisters watch us, we feel their eyes. The sea crashes on the rocks, withdraws. The fortress stands stolid as the last year of a century. The greatest peril you risk here is a certain purpleness of prose. A map, a mask, the face beneath. Someone died here, far from home, long enough ago that their flesh is gone. A visager, by the look of their frog mask. The mask will be worth a bit. The skull would look good on a mantelpiece. And what's this map? Relevatory chart. Interessante. I can't trade my last bit of although you have no recent news, nothing. Far away, a great bell tolls. Drizzle begins to fall. You sneeze. Wait a while and see. Like huge and deadly herons, the sisters walk along the very tops of the walls. You watch through a spyglass as they leap and whirl, slashing at each other with a variety of frightening weapons. God! One of them just turned a somersault. By Jove! Perhaps not. Ooh. This is not advisable. All I have is this. That is it. I don't think I'll make it home. Lads, we might have to row. Our fuel reserves are empty. Discovered Rowena's rocks. Please tell me I can dock here. Ah! Home waters. Sailor's daughter with a rail, watching for the lights of London. Come on! Yes! Without fuel, your ship is just an oddly shaped house located somewhere you really don't want to live. Purchase fuel. They have little to spare, but it's twice... Damn it! Without fuel, your ship is a search for supplies from the... Cast yourself on the mercy of the race. There's a tiny chance you'll find a way back to London without either crew or ship. Perhaps it'll be better if you don't. No! If you last supplies... Damn it. No! I lost everything. Oh well. That's the way of it. One by one, your crew abandon themselves to your fate. You are the last. You and all your crew are gone. London will speculate in vain as to how you might have met your end. It's over for now, but you now lodge in a room above the blind helmsman. Your first captain has died. Don't worry, these things happen. Explore boldly with your next captain. Ah, Vanderbright. Aha! Okay. I was Vanderbright. Pupil. Ah, I can keep the comatose ferret. No, that's all right. But you have lost Klaus. But that is okay. Das ist okay. Alright, let's choose my pupil's past. My pupil was a poet. A poet! Educated and articulate, you seek sensation at sea. How lucky you had a legacy to spend. Your long-vanished father had a rich patron, it seems. Experience? You have intuition, and your friend, the sly navigator. He's a little vague, but he probably knows what he's doing. Perhaps you can find someone better. Eventually. I'm here to fulfill. Let us see. You know what? Let's switch up the gender each time. So every time I die, we'll swap genders. So this time we will do my lady. Let's see. What shall her name be? Angelica. I don't know why. She was raised as a poet, a pupil of Dr. Vanderbright, and decided to take up his exploration of the sea. Let us read the morning papers. The Carnet is threatening war. They always are. London's colonies are on the Canalian coast. Oh, London's colonies on the Canalian coast want independence. They always do. The undersea, the papers report, has undergone another alteration. Not yet it hasn't, you'd know. Oh-ho! A promotional coupon from Mrs. Plenty's Provisioners for the half-cask of salt herring. You could use that. Back to the rest of the city. Ask if there's anything in particular they need. Well, if we're going to be assured of your discretion, this port, speak to our agent there, and return. We'll see what you're rewarded. Retrieve strategic information from Gay Desmorn in the Corsair's Forest, somewhere not far from home waters. Think we have our mistress, our mission? We are fine. An immigrant will pay to be taken north to Vanderbite. It's oddly difficult to die and fall in London, but when a Londoner is too tatty and wretched to live, they wrap themselves in bandages and take ship for the tomb colonies. Your crew cart one of these aboard in padded coffins. They'll sleep there until the journey is done. The tomb colonist is in your hold. Take them north to the colony of Vanderbite and sell them there. A Blemian Gallivanteer! Let us adopt it. You extend your hand and the Blemigan leaps on. Its tendrils entwine with your fingers and it jitters quietly. It meets your gaze and bobs its dome in greeting. It's very small. Is it odd enough for naval service? You're pretty sure its mustache has been drawn on in pen, in an attempt to look older. As you approach your ship's gangplank, the creature flutes and vibrates with apparent happiness. The boatswain winces as you bring it aboard. Very well. Agree to carry the unsettled salvager to Vanderbite. She visits Wolfstack every day in Z-stained rags, begging for passage. No captain will look her in the eye. I will take you. She embraces you. I'd kiss you, my lady, but my beloved is prone to jealousy. We were parted, but the ancient captains at Vanderbite will know where he is. Let us away. We are headed north to Vanderbite. I should have bought more fuel. Let us speak to him. The Z is enough. But now you mention it, I've always had a desire to see Frostfound, the place where the Z rises to become a castle, the place where questions and riddles do battle for truth. He sighs dreamily, but he's watching you carefully. Yes, Frostfound. Well, we are headed north anyway. I can't be the only one actively enjoying this. Oh, discovered Bad Steniver's abyss. Discovered Hunter's Keep. I'm discovering so much. Discovered Low Barnet. Things are covering each other. I cannot read. Bollocks! If you ever need an extra ton of speed, clicking the full power icon will add another barrel of fuel to the engine. This is occasionally hazardous. I should think so. I see, Low Barnett is under the water. Hmm. And so we head north. Uh-oh. Unlike my teacher, I am not afraid of a fight. A belch of smoke goes up from the funnel. Loot and scuttle her. A box full of mystery. These pinnaces don't sail far from their hidden harbors, but there's something at the back of the hold. A bolt of fabric. Shake out a little and let it glimmer in the light. Spider silk. You can find spider silk in London, of course. There are troubles there with sorrow spider infestation, like anywhere in the Neath. But for real quality, you need to go east to the Conti, or to the fang-bristling fastness of the Saviour's Rocks. We continue north. What do we have here? Carissa's Point? Is there a dock here? Looks very large. Hornman's Stag. That looks like a very large town. A false star flares on the cabin roof directly above you. Flares and fades. Trouble with tomb colonists. You brought the decaying emigrant north. Now what? A new tomb colonist surveys Vanderbright, shaking her head. It won't do, she says. It won't do at all. I had no idea the place would be quite so unprepossessing. Perhaps we can liven it up a little yet. If only I knew a helpful Z captain. Bring 10 units of mushroom wine to Vanderbight, and perhaps they'll have something for you. I must provide wine. It shouldn't be too hard. What else do they have to do around here but molder? Terrible bad luck. An assortment of decrepit Z-captains gathers round her, compelled by tradition, honor, or boredom. She picks her nails and closes her eyes when at last she speaks. I want to find Lady Black. The captains that can run do. The rest shuffle away as swiftly as they're able. Only one remains behind. How long were you down there? He asks. 20 minutes, she replies. The captain puts his hand on her shoulder. Seek the house of the Kell in Polythreme, he says. But if you can forget her, do. It's possible. He embraces her and departs. Bound for Polythreme! The captain's the first curator. Gives audience. The first curator is responsible for the preservation of the tomb colonies. It has been here much longer than London. Like all the oldest tomb colonies, but even tomb colonies dissolve in the end. Its time is close. The first curator's manse. No more light! The obsequious steward cautions you. The curator is terribly afraid of moths. He opens the door and you slip into near darkness. A pair of luminous lamplighter bees buzz in a latticed ivory tube. There is no other source of light. A bandaged shape no larger than a child lies crumpled on a couch. It lifts its head with obvious effort. It takes several seconds for you to distinguish its voice from the soft buzz of the bees. I will listen to a whispered request. Cosmogon, Cosmogon, Irigo, Pelegin, Stewart has list. Find them here and there across the wide black sea. I will accept. No more words. It collapses, rustling back onto the couch. Even the effort of speaking seems to have diminished it a little. The audience is over. As the door opens, it shrinks from the finger of light that reaches across the door. Outside, the obsequious steward nods. The book! Yes, the book. He hands you a slim, illustrated volume. The curator is old. Old as dust. We will all be grateful if you do it this one last favor. Along the coast of the Undersea, it's remarkably hard to die. The decrepit and nearly dead who leave London become tomb colonists and settle here in bandaged peace. But they don't give up their ties to home or their politics. You gather a haul of complex clues, enough to keep your contacts in London interested. Let us explore Vanderbilt. Here they favor candlelight over gaslight. The shadows are still swagged like cobwebs. The tomb colonists stand still enough to be mistaken for sculpture until they laugh or cough. One building in 3 seems abandoned. My lady, I'm a good seaman. I'm yours if you'll have me. Will you have me? I'm hungry. I'll work hard. He seems likely enough, if a little ragged and sorrowful. Sure, let's take him with us. You won't be sorry. I'll work double watches. Ask anyone, they'll tell you I have a good name. Yes, yes. Eventually you get him to stop talking. His enthusiasm is promising, if a little pitiable. Is this the sailor who came begging you for a berth? He's done good work, this one, but he's keeping a little shrine to the salt, the nameless god of the horizon at the back of the hold. Sure, let's permit it. You let him keep his salt circle, and his chalked arrow. That night, as you stand on the foredeck, a soft breeze comes out of the east. The salt's direction tussles your hair, passes. You now have the gods of the sea, salt's attention. A certain matter has become clear. I will. No, how much? I have 40. I will stop at 9. Ooh. My goodness. I have discovered Vanderbite. Dispose of the tortures. Corpses. I'm not sure how I feel about this fog. We have entered a fog bank. Our gunners struggle to see our foe. Boreal Reach. Is this snow? Touch it and it puffs to vapor. The crew huddles close to the warmth of pipe and funnel. What is that? A lifeberg. I don't know that I can fight that. Retreat. Retreat. My goodness. Whither? A harbor. Maybe they'll be able to fix the ship. Probably go ashore and they'll be all like, "What are you thinking? Tangoing with a lifeberg? Are you insane?" Let us gather intelligence. Are you asking for any particular reason? At what time of day? Is that your hat? Might it be 6? It could be 6. Eventually you cobble together enough implication and supposition to compose a report. Let us explore the town. Wither is a quiet, chilly town of grey stone and closed courtyards. The people there are neither exactly unfriendly nor exactly hospitable. They have the irritating habit of answering a question with a question. Here and there are odd sights tucked away. You fall into a reverie as you wander the shore. There are words in the wind, a story of sorts, of a gate in the north, of a pale light that began there, of a drowned light that will end there, of a high wilderness that other ships may sail. You lift your eyes. On the wall of a salt work, someone has scrawled, "Is there a sea more sunless?" Actually, I bet there is, just because I know that the Submariner exists, which means that you can go under the sea, so there's not even air. There's no shipyards. There's a shop. Damn it. Can't buy any frackin' fuel. Alright. I'm actually getting pretty close to needing to turn around and return to London. Wait, why did I stop? No, I need to go. I should probably turn around and head back to London. Heek! Another lifeberg. Do not want. Go away. No. 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 Stay away. Stay away from the lifeberg. Codex? Sure, I'll examine Codex. Why not? I'm being followed by a lifeberg. Codex, help! Codex, help! Help! Help, Codex! Codex, a desperate cave full of mute exiles and an inexplicable colony of shivering, bad-tempered monkeys. No one will speak. This is a challenge. The exiles see many come, few will leave. Some are even willing to communicate. But their gestures are unfamiliar, their meanings unclear. Even when you can understand, there are answers without questions, as useless as a key without a lock. It's all right, I got my port report. Are there shops? I can buy fuel! That is what matters, gents. We will spend our last echoes on fuel, and we will make great haste home to London. I'm sure we have information worth trading. Things to turn in. Let us avoid this fog bank if we can. Oh, I did not mean to do that. Another lifeberg! Steer clear, gents. Oh, dust, echoes, even a sepia tint to the air. These are waters around the tomb colonies. An electric shiver to the air. Storm is watching, as the sailors would say. I don't know if I can pass through here. Tanachuk! Wait, I can defeat this! Perhaps even get some supplies from it. Dissect it for knowledge. Ooh, butcher it for supplies. Ah! Let's do it for knowledge! For knowledge! My teacher would be proud. You set to work with your knives and acids. It is an undistinguished adolescent specimen, a megalops of one of the deep sea crab species, but its eyes, normally vestigial in these troglodytic beasts, are large and rather beautiful. The golden glow is almost gone now, although sparks leap now and then to your knife. You've succeeded in the page's challenge. You've gained 25 times fragment, a new total of 145. Can put the gun away for now. Are we on our way back? Ooh, we've got a ways to go, but we're on our way back nonetheless. Some sort of beetle has invaded your morsel of ship's biscuit. It waggles its antennae impertinently. You do not wish for this fight, sir. Pirate. Sighted pirate steam pennants. They attack! Strike quickly! Loot and scuttle her. Lean pickings. Damn it. Great! The source of sustenance. The fundamental element of cargo. Hardtack and water, and an unexpected box of nails. A would-be wit remarks that the nails look tastier than the hardtack, until an officer's glare silences her. You have finished opening a cache of curiosities. You have gained 5 supplies. That's actually fantastic. We should be good on supplies for a while yet. However, our hull is not doing so well. We need to make way to London quickly. The waves are cluttered with Zerak, like drowned hair drifting. Home waters. Sailor's dawdle at the rail, watching for the lights of London. Well, lads, we have returned home. And I too have a comatose ferret. The story that only appears when you've been at sea for a little while. The lights of London welcome you home. All the clatter and the song of the dockside, it soothes the soul. Are there messages for you? What's this? Let's see, something's changed underneath. Oh my goodness. A very fine evening to you, Captain. Precious time away from a captain's duties. How will you spend it? I have one of another day a free evening. Interesting. Someone wants to sign on. The Rose Market bustles on Rose's Wharf. Who will be there today? I have need of a reliable agent. Failing that, an inventive one. Here are my requirements. He has very specific needs, but he'll pay much better than market rates. Cannot fulfill either. Sorry. Oh! She's staying at her talents would be well employed on your vessel. Yes. I now have one recent news. The Echo Bazaar, that enigmatic marketplace, has increased its tax on love stories. The traitor empress has forbidden singing in the street outside her palace. The anarchists of the Calendar Council have inexplicably dynamited a drinking fountain. The Ministry of Public Decency has located and destroyed a nest of gallbladder wasps. How wonderful. Purchase an elegant townhouse. Right. They'll pay for information from Z captains. Find out what and how. What have the nearly dead been up to? I have one favor. Your visit to Vanderbilt has been confirmed. You've gained 1 fuel. They gave me fuel. An Echo. I have 20 Echo. I can hire this. I'm very excited. I've got 50 Echo. Surveyed Codex. Put my ship on dry dock. I need 4 favors. I cannot. You may call on some of your admiralties to have. This will completely repair your. Ah, it's going to take. Pretty good odds. Sure, I will give 3 of my supplies. I was fortunate! The rats of fallen London are remarkably skilled engineers, and they know ships well. They are not, however, reliable. Payment is in kind, not currency. This will repair some of your hull. How much? Difficult to say. Something like Christmas. You wait for the rats to arrive, and wait, and wait. A whole night passes. That morning you stamp down the gangplank in a state of some irritation to find the ship in eerily perfect condition. Only 1 crate of supplies is missing. The rat foreman seems as confused as you. He looks at his feet and sketches a sign with his finger. A looping conundrum of a symbol. He mutters something under his rat breath. Fungus? You were fortunate. Your hull quality is now 75. You've lost 1 supply. They said they were going to take 3. I needed 3 supplies and they only took 1. Ah, this is very exciting. I would love to have a surgeon. She comes up with a bag full of knives and her own personal sharpening stone. Don't touch these. Don't let anyone else touch them. Appoint your new officer by dragging her from the officers tab in your slot at the top to her slot at the top of the screen. Do this in port, not at sea, or you may unsettle your crew. First officer, surgeons, mascots. I will swap out my mascot for the Blemmingen Gallivantier. I have not found anything. I found a bolt of spider silk. That's correct. I forgot. Iron and Misery Company. The elderly steeple engine. Ah, this is where you buy better engines. The House of Vision is where you buy lamps. Marvelous. Let us see the Rosa's Wharf. The Rose Market caters to collectors and eccentrics, anyone with exotic tastes and the gumption to harass Z captains. According to the archaic rules of the market, you can only make 1 trade per visit. Choose wisely. The veteran Privy Councillor is seeking an outlandish artifact. He is there surveying curios from distant ports, with palace servants and muted clippers. The Empress dislikes loud noises. The bespectacled visitor will pay to learn moves in the great game. He drags his thumb over his thick moustache and nods. Escort some interested acquaintances to the Rose Market. They hope to make a satisfying trade. I could use one of my free evenings for it. My, what you might call mentor, is very fond of his venturous Z captains and would like to offer you what you might call dispensation. Behind the blind bruiser on the docks stands a dray piled high with fuel and supplies. Do make sure you have 15 points of space in the hold or come back later. It would be embarrassing to have to leave it on the dock. Inquire further. He runs a very fine and very liberal establishment just across the river, what is much patronized by sailors and by men of wit and vinegar, and public house, and there's no obligation to speak of. My patron would hope only that you might remember him kindly, and I suppose that if the opportunity should arise for you to return his kindness, then I do not imagine he would refuse your offer. I am a kind and very naive girl. Well, my patron hopes that you find these little gifts to your liking, and he expects that perhaps some day you might choose to call on him at the Medusa's Head. Should that day come, we will make you very welcome and give you any safe conduct what you might require. Good evening to you. He salutes and is gone. You now have one menace's suspicion. Bum, bum. I don't have anything. I haven't found anything, so I don't think I need to waste my thing. Your usher to his office and meant what? Of into his office off mentions Pyre, a cramped room with a vast desk. He surveys you across that desk. Ah, yes, the merchant captain of whom we hear such complicated things. Assistance with subsistence. Little fuel to cover. I don't need that. Submit vital intelligence. No. Submit port reports. What did I do? I didn't. I didn't need to. Oh, this is the Admiral. Information. Visit a port and will be interested in the port report. The port. Visit places of particular interest and will be interested in the strategic information you can gain thereby. We will pay you well, don't worry. We understand you can't be expected to act entirely for the love of the Empire. What's left of it? Very well. This will reduce your terror. You might run into trouble or romance. You wake in the back room of Gaston's lamprey, head pounding. You had something to drink, but beyond that it's a little hazy. Your knuckles are bloody, your blood, you think, and your shirt bloody likewise. Probably not yours, unless your blood is slick and greenish. You've had better nights out. A difficult brew, Gaston says gnomically. The university has an inexhaustible appetite for secrets, Z specimens, and other tidbits of esoteric lore. Provide a secret to prove yourself worthy of entry. Oh yes, the university's maritime liaison whispers breathily. Oh yes, this is quite a tasty one. Let me explain it to you. He explains, teeth glinting. A twist in your tail. You are now Favor's antiquarian. You have combed the Z for stories and other treasures. Oh, who is this? The alarming scholar. The alarming scholar is mercurial, to say the least. A creature of sudden moods and provoking teeth. Possibly is it? Appointment as University Maritime Liaison was precautionary. To keep is it his? Razor sharp enthusiasm from causing too many injuries in the faculty. Ah, yes. The scholar whispers breathily. I have a budget for acquisitions. What have you brought me? If you have any knowledge items the scholar will buy, they'll appear below. Don't believe I have any. You have business to attend to, and besides, the scholar keeps snapping her teeth like a mechanical trap. Sorry, scholar. Very well. I need wine. Yes. Casket of mushroom wine. I only need the one, right? Is that right? Find seven packages of mutter salt or seven devil bone dice. That's just guns. Alright. So, next time, we will need to go north. Back to Vanderbite. Just so that we can return the, my brain. The wine we just purchased. I don't expect this time to be exploring very far, just because the last time, the one thing I ran into the most was being away for too long. And let me drop the voice. And I don't mean like just fuel. The supplies were another thing, and also I accrued a bunch of stuff that I really wanted to give back to London, but I couldn't make it back. So what I want to do is I want to explore close, get my bearings, and then we'll move on from there. Either way, I'm really glad I started streaming this game. This is going to be a ton of fun. Um, I will keep doing horrible, horrible voices. I hope you all enjoy. If not, I'm sorry. I really love it. Um, I think I'm gonna. If Angelica dies, I'm gonna turn up the super annoying voice. Just you guys wait. For now, though, thank you all for so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe if you like the video, have something you want to say, or want to see more videos. Please follow us on Twitch to keep up to date with our most recent content. We also have a Tumblr, Twitter, and an Instagram, which are sometimes updated. But for now, again, thank you all so much for watching, and I will see all of you at the next waypoint.